Hey folks, welcome to verifiedinvesting.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Now in today's video, the stock market is collapsing. S&P is down over 1%, Nasdaq is down nearly 2%. This is following a gap higher, meaning the market's opened higher on the day. We're seeing a nasty reversal engulfing candle, and remember, as previous videos have laid out, we are still below the major resistance that has told me the markets are most likely headed lower. This could be the start of a much bigger move. Let's dive into the chart of the S&P 500. Here it is, folks. You can see the size of this candle is big, meaning we opened higher. This is where we closed yesterday right here. We opened above it, briefly making a slightly higher high than yesterday, and then we have tanked to the downside, eclipsing the gap down yesterday that we saw. So this again would be one of those reversal, nasty, almost engulfing candles that you never really want to see. And in fact, a good example of this would be here you have a red candle with a reversal candle where we closed above that high. And look, we went straight up for the next 4 to 5 days. Here, you would expect the opposite, likely down 4 to 5 more days. I still have a short-term, just short-term price target on the S&P 500 of 67.20. There's a big gap fill there. Now, longer term, do I think we're going lower? Yeah, I still think we're going to go ultimately down to about 61.40 on the S&P, which is this major high pivot from last year, late last year in December. Now, the biggest concern continues to be this white trend line here. Notice again how the market started here. This was in the April lows when the tariff announcements were hitting in 2025. We had this great move up and this vertical move, and then it kind of petered out, came in, bounced just like a ball, bounced, broke. And then you can see what happened. We retraced to what's called the scene of the crime. Essentially, this was support, broke. It now becomes resistance, right? And what happens, it gets rejected. And then we got this great up day yesterday, and then nope, we're still below this level. It's a favorable to the downside move, and that's what we are seeing here. Now, a couple other things to take note of. You have to go to the weekly chart to see it in full, but here we have the parallel. And as long as we've been, like literally, you can go back here, guys. You can go back to October. And even back in October, which is many months ago, I was saying the S&P has virtually no upside left because of this yellow up ascending trend line, right? When you have a trend line that's so powerful that it literally marks the COVID low, the bear market lows of 2022, and the liberation sell-off low right here, when you have a trend line like that, folks, and then it marks the bull market high, you have to respect it. You have no other choice. And listen, obviously you have a choice, but the idea is that it is so powerful that you have to respect it. You have to, again, take into account. And so ultimately, what we have going on here is a weekly chart that looks like it's about ready to take a major dump. The S&P 500 daily chart having a big move down here. Ultimately, again, if we go to the Nasdaq composite, let's take a look at the Nasdaq comp here. The same sort of formation. We have this trend line right here and this breakdown, retrace to the scene of the crime and rejection. And look at the size of that down candle, now down 1.9% on the NASDAQ 100. Wow, that is a major drop here, at least at this point. And really what you're also following here, I want to show you this. This is one more thing that could add another nail to the coffin of the market. You have a low, higher low, and so far a higher low. If we take out this low, that's where things get very, very nasty in the near term. And again, we start seeing the decline accelerating. And I do continue to think this, right? If we look at the commonalities, silver and gold got crushed last Friday. Over the weekend, Bitcoin. In other words, it's like a wildfire that is spreading. What's the asset that is still at all-time highs or close? The stock market. Again, I think we're on the verge of at least a minimum of 10%. And ultimately, if we go back to the daily chart on the S&P and we look at that target that I had, let's take a look here. If we look at from the highs to where that target is right here, right? So we go to the highs. Where was the all-time high? The last all-time high was right there. That would be a 12.5% correction, 12.5% correction on the S&P 500. And that would be a major support. Now, again, do I think the markets will go to all-time highs after that? I doubt that. I still think what we know from this parallel is that at some point, even if we get a big bounce, like let's say we fall here, right? So let's drag this over here. let's draw this in. So let's say we kind of go like this and we come down and we come into this level. Then the markets likely get a bounce, but I think we make a lower high. And eventually, you guys know what I'm thinking. We come back in just like the parallel has shown us. Boom, boom, right? And then do. Then it comes up and hit here because of the tariffs went up. So we should be headed back down there. And that's what I would anticipate on the S&P. And you could see this in a lot of stocks. I think the key is, folks, the tea leaves, the breadcrumbs, they are everywhere. What do I mean by that? Well, look at NVIDIA, look at Broadcom, look at these trillion-dollar semiconductors that led the market when we were going up in 2025. Let's take a look. NVIDIA, look at this chart. This is a nasty chart, guys, okay? Why is it nasty? Well, you kind of have a head and shoulders here, right? You could make a case that this is a head and shoulders right here. And we are now coming into what we would refer to as essentially the neckline. Right down here would be the neckline. This breaks. You can do a measurement of this high. Let's do that here. I'm going to take away this so we can kind of see it more clearly. We do a measurement of this down here. That's a 20% drop. And we drop it down to where it breaks. And we are headed all the way back to $130 on NVIDIA. Then you look at Broadcom. Broadcom's getting smoked today. Look at this drop on Broadcom. Now, Broadcom will have support at this key level of 306. But again, look at how weak this is. Your high was back in December for Broadcom. And again, this nasty candle today is doing some major damage. Now, you look at stocks like Microsoft. Microsoft, supposedly one of the greatest companies, $3.5 trillion in market cap. And what is it doing today? Getting crushed. But what has it done here? I mean, look at this. How far is Microsoft off its all-time highs, which was back here in, I guess that was July or so? It's down right now. It is down 26%. And to get to my target, it's actually only another 3 to 4% here. But this will be a major bounce level on the chart of Microsoft. And then you can go to Meta. I mean, Meta here, take a look. It had those good earnings. It couldn't even fill the gap. And look at it come back in. We can keep going on. And remember, this week, we're going to see big earnings from Alphabet as well as Amazon. And those are going to be key. And also, we're going to see AMD, which could be a major player. I mean, this could be huge depending on what AMD reports. AMD, again, if you look at this chart, look at this trend line. So I do think if it gets a pop, max upside 275. If it starts to drop, I don't think it gets there on earnings, but 165 gap fill right there would be a sizable level to watch. And again, this is all on the back of seemingly an economy. We actually saw the ISM number yesterday showing some improvement in manufacturing. You know, we have a new Fed chair nominee, granted, maybe not as dovish as the market would want, but at least it retains the supposed independence of the Federal Reserve, if you even believe in that. But ultimately, the markets continue to be on this doorstep, even maybe beginning to fall off their cliff. We looked at the S&P, we looked at the Nasdaq, folks. This is where it is. All right, I'm going to get going, guys, but pay attention. This market is literally at death's door in terms of a much bigger decline. I warned you guys about silver. I warned you guys about Bitcoin back in October when it was at 129,000. I'm sending alarm bells left and right out about the stock market. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.